What up, nerds? It's Jason here from Custom Cans, and as you can see, out of the studio into my happy place where I come to play lovely records and twiddle various analog knobs. Because this week we've got a pair of fancy DJ/studio headphones, wireless DJ/studio headphones. Not normally my jam. I'm normally a wired guy, but these interested me because they've got one feature which I've never seen on any pair of headphones before. So we'll go through that in a second. Unfortunately, as you can see, I've already removed the cellophane. I already opened them, forgot to hit record. That's just how it goes. We're not going to get the lovely peely thingamabob, but let's just have a look and see what's inside the box. As you can see, quite a nice box with foil printing. That's the power of music. So you've got a little pouch with your instructions there. And a nice actual hard case. Because, yeah, obviously if you're DJing, you'll be throwing these in a bag and stuff. It's nice to give them some proper protection. And it looks like quite a nice case. I've looked at getting cases made, and they're quite expensive to get, quite expensive items. You know, you're probably looking £10 to £20 to get a case like this made. So these are the actual headphones, as you can see. Standard kind of DJ affair. I've seen this kind of headband on quite a few DJ headphones, so you can swivel in both directions, which will help it stay on your head. One thing I've noticed is that they don't have a spring return on this hinge, which is makes them feel a little bit floppy if it doesn't spring back into place, but also that adds to complexity and it can make them less reliable, I suppose, with the spring mechanism. So here, this is what makes them special. You've actually got a little dedicated transmitter, which is ultra low latency. So that's the magical thing about these. Rather than being just Bluetooth, it's got their own ultra low latency thing. So that when you're mixing, if you've got any latency, especially if you're mixing vinyl, stuff like that, where you don't have a sync, you've got to have perfect timing. Any kind of latency would throw you out. So having an ultra low latency transmitter and receiver is really good. You can also switch a little switch on the bottom of these. Or is it down here? So you can switch them from ultra low latency to Bluetooth. So you can use these with, laptops and things like that. But yeah, if you want to get the full beans, you have to switch it to the ultra low latency mode. What else do we get in the box here? So you got a USB cable for recharging, because both of these, I think you get 120 hours out of these. I'm not sure how long you get out the transmitter, but it'd be enough for even the longest DJ mixes, I would have thought. We get a straight cable. It's around 1 meter, and I think this is mainly designed to plug your little transmitter into the mixer. You can plug this straight into the headphones as well, but it's quite short. It depends on your set. Like for me here, it'd be fine because I'm right by the mixer. I don't move around a lot. I'm an old person. I suppose, yeah, if I've got to go down and get records, it's gonna be tight. That one is gonna be quite tight, but you've got a longer stretchy cable here which stretches out to probably 2 to 3 meters, 2.5 to 3 meters. So yeah, so if you're doing this cabled rather than wireless, use the curly cable because it's a better length for that kind of thing. But it's nice to have the options. Now, I did say that these have got a mad feature that I've never seen on any headphones before. Prepare yourself. Sit down. Get ready, because this. Look, they've got a 6.3mm jack in this thing. You can plug in a full-size jack into the ear cup. It's got a 3.5 the other side, 6.3 that side. It's madness. But I appreciate that. It gives you, like, when you're DJing, you need your headphones, and if you've lost your wire, you've broken your wire, you're searching around, you want just anything, having the option of, like, say you've forgotten your wireless transmitter or something, you've only brought these, you're like searching for a cable 3.5 or 6.3, you will be able to find a cable somewhere that will fit these and get you going. Because yes, that is the worst. Like if you get somewhere and the equipment just isn't working, you're like, oh no, I've got 4 hours of hell where I'm trying to mix like an idiot. So yes, overall, they feel pretty robust. As I said, the headband's pretty similar to other ones I've seen, and we've tested this style of headband. It's very robust. Overall, they feel pretty put together. There's no kind of rattle or squeak in the hinges. They move really nice and smoothly. They'll fold in like that. So if you've not got them in the case, if you're just wanging them in a bag, they'll fold up pretty small. But yeah, overall, quite a nicely designed set of DJ headphones. You got L&R on there. Yeah, so first impressions. quite a good solid headphone and nicely thought out. The 6.3mm jack is just something I just wasn't expecting on a pair of headphones. So yeah, yes, they've gone that extra mile and just gone mad, which I like. So next will be I've got to see how they are to live with, see what the sound quality is like, obviously, but also just how it is to DJ with these. As I said, they don't have a spring return on there, which sometimes makes it a little bit floppy on the head. They do seem to stay on there pretty well. But yeah, I think the thing is, I'm just going to do a few mixes over the next few days because I've just found some new records with lots of speed garage and various bassliney type stuff, which will be fun to have a bounce around on. So be expecting to hear things like at night. And then heaps of this. And then maybe melt your face off with something like
the thing called the little roller. Blow up alongside Slaughter John. What a combination. Yo, bitter butter, what is the matter? Why so little fool them a bother? For this the blow up and then don't know the pressure. You strike a match cause a big fire. When they say, can't learn.
So, leave it with me. I'm going to have a play and then I'll report back on how it is to DJ with wireless headphones, especially on like a full analog setup like this. It's off on an adventure. So, hello, I'm a few days later, Jason, and man, I've been out of practice. I've been very busy lately. I haven't had a chance to mix in probably months, and it's been nice just to have a few days, just getting it together with some old tunes. It's been really nice just hanging out, playing some old records, some stuff I thought I'd lost. I was just, I haven't heard this one in ages. It's been great. It's been good fun. But yes, what have I learned? So, yes, basically, if you start again, chill. So, latency, no problems. The 9 milliseconds or whatever it is, I didn't notice any issues at all. I managed to pull off some pretty good mixes, even though I'm old and out of practice. So yeah, so the latency is not an issue. Interestingly, one thing I noticed is because it took me a little while to there was a couple of times where I put these in the wrong position and they kind of started to fall off my head while I was mixing. And having no cable, the cable often gives you that extra bit to grab hold of before they didn't hit the floor, but I did nearly lose them off my head a couple of times when I was first starting out, and then I kind of got the hang of the right positions to be in, doing like one-eared mixing. You just don't want to put it too far back on your head, otherwise it'll work its way loose and try and disappear. But yeah, that's not amazing. They did stay on the head pretty well in various positions, and just took a little bit of getting used to. Also, they got the L and R written inside, and I occasionally got them the wrong way round. Again, when you got a cable, you're used to knowing the cable goes on the left, that kind of thing. Usually that's not an issue, but I did have a thing where one of the turntables stopped playing out of one ear, and I was trying to figure out which connection was loose. Not knowing which. Yeah, it took me. I had the headphones on the wrong way around, and it caused a bit of confusion. But yes, they're clearly marked with L and R on the inside there. So yes, again, once you get used to it, also I suppose like the buttons are on one side. It's the kind of thing that you'd get used to. It's just I'm not used to playing with DJing with wireless headphones. It was just really interesting seeing the different challenges you have with no cable. But the advantage is I can move all around the thing, route around records. I don't have to worry about yanking things off the table with a cable. So yes, I see the advantage of wireless. Sound-wise, they're very good. A lot of detail in there, and the bass drops down really low. I was playing a lot of bass heavy records. You got a lot of bass. When I was first mixing with them, I wasn't completely happy with the sound. It was a little bit crunchy, a little bit kind of V-tuned. But then I discovered that if you link these up to the app, it's actually got 3 or 4 different presets, and if you set it to the monitoring mode, which I think is for studio, it gives you a much flatter response. I preferred that sound, but incredible levels of detail. It's like a real crispy. It's weird. I don't know. But you could hear a lot of detail in there, which really helped with the mixing. Especially when you're mixing on the vocals, you know, where you haven't got a beat to go to or something like that. It did seem to help with the mixing. Like, yeah, I managed to mix really well with those, so they do the job. You know, if you're DJing, I'm sure if you're using them in the studio, again, all that detail is good, and the fact that you've got very deep bass. You could use these just walking around. As I said, you can switch them to Bluetooth on the bottom here. Just use them as Bluetooth headphones, and it's got an app that comes with a phone that lets you do that and mess around with them. So overall, yeah, I think these are a nice studio headphone, good for DJing. One other thing that I didn't even think about is your little transmitter here. Even though this has got a long battery life, after you've finished mixing, you need to remember to turn it off, because I came back the next day after a mix, and it's just not, so I just turn everything off, go. I forgot to turn this little thing off, and it drained the battery. So yeah, that's one thing you're going to, especially if you're playing a few nights in a row, remember to recharge this, remember to turn it off after you've used it. Because yeah, even if it's got like 10 hours battery, you know, when you come to the next day, it doesn't automatically turn off, which is sensible. You don't want it automatically turning off if you're doing a really long mix. But yeah, you've just got to remember to turn it off. So yeah, so overall, a good experience DJing with them. I really enjoy. Like, I've just been living my best life. I've got this new thing, the Filter Lancet, with lots of filter knobs on it, which I don't know what I'm doing with yet, but I've had some fun trying to figure it out. But yeah, I've had a great couple of days with these headphones. Really enjoyed it. I think the sound quality is great. Build quality is good. The wireless thing, you know, it's a revelation. I've not really done wireless DJing. Well, I've tried before and failed, but I think the technology's there now, where you've got the low latency, a really good solid connection. You know, I had no connection issues whatsoever. I think it's because it's running on its own little transmitter rather than running on Bluetooth. Occasionally with Bluetooth, you'll get something else that kicks in and kicks you out of your Bluetooth. But yeah, this good solid connection. Nothing wrong with them. Good sound quality, good build quality. It works. It does the job. They feel like they're put together pretty well, so they should last a long time. You got the case. I can't see anything wrong with them. Yeah, so at the moment I think they're sort of $179, which isn't too bad. You know, a decent set of DJ headphones is sort of 150 quid, so 170, 180 with the wireless transmitter and all that kind of stuff. And a case. That's, you know, as I said, a case will cost you 20 quid, a decent case. So yeah, I think value-wise, I think they're about right. So I will leave some links down below if you fancy picking up a set of these, and I'd love to know your feedback. Do you DJ? Have you considered wireless DJ headphones? Has that kind of thing worried you? Yeah, because I know I was a little bit concerned. As I said, I tried some in the past and had issues, but these seem to be solid. I think the technology is there now where it just works. The only disadvantage of wireless is if they fall off your head, you can't quickly grab the wire and stop them hitting the floor. So you've got to be quicker on the catching. Yes, please let me know what you think. And yeah, it has been unusually nice hanging out this time. I've just enjoyed just playing music for a couple of days. It's been real good. But anyway, yes, obviously it's been lovely hanging out with you guys, getting to share this with you. I'll probably upload one or two of the mixes that I did. So yeah, they'll be up there if you want, if some dirty bass, if you want to listen to that on your headphones at home. Listen along at home. And yes, au revoir.